We all carry a sense that we're capable of much more than our current results show, but that potential often stays trapped behind a daily routine of hesitation, where hours vanish before we've even started. The breakdown usually begins with a single sound, the morning alarm clock. At this moment, your brain is actively seeking to maintain its current state of relaxation. To your nervous system, the comfort of the bed is the safest, most logical place to remain. Research into decision-making suggests you have a window of only 5 to 10 seconds to act. If you don't physically move within that time frame, your brain will successfully pivot your perspective to prioritize comfort over your goals. This specific delay allows the brain to generate a stream of justifications for staying still. Once that override occurs, you've lost the initial momentum needed to drive the rest of your morning. Once the window for action closes, the phone becomes the primary tool for avoiding reality.
You reach for it to fill the gap left by your lack of momentum. Mindlessly scrolling through social media produces a profound mental fatigue. Even though you haven't exerted any effort toward your goals, your brain ends up exhausted from processing a constant stream of information. This collective mental exhaustion has become a cultural phenomenon. In fact, the term for it, brain rot, was selected as the word of the year by the Oxford English Dictionary. This fatigue means you've spent your peak cognitive energy on distractions, leaving the most important tasks of your day for when you're already drained. Why do we continue to seek out more information, even when our goals are clearly defined? This is the information action paradox. This graph shows that as the volume of information you collect increases, your actual probability of starting a task drops. Each new piece of data reveals more potential downsides and risks. These branch-in nodes of information create a weight of what-ifs that can paralyze an entrepreneur or a student before they ever take their first real step. We often use research as a socially acceptable mask for procrastination, hiding from the difficulty of the work by drowning in the details. Consider the timeline of a typical night before a deadline. It's midnight, and you have 7 hours left before you need to leave. You negotiate with the clock. You push the start to 1:10, then to 1:30, assuming that a later start with perfect focus will make up for the delay. When the clock hits 2 a.m., the negotiation ends, and panic begins. You realize the time you have left is insufficient for the task you've planned. At this point, the minutes spent on the phone are no longer the problem. The energy you spend mourning that lost time is what prevents you from moving forward. As this chart shows, panic feeds directly into a regret loop. We spend so much mental power recalculating impossible schedules that we remain stuck in a state of distraction to avoid the pain of our own disappointment. A 20-minute distraction can easily turn into 3 hours of lost productivity as we punish ourselves with the weight of our own regret. To reclaim your day, you have to bypass the regret phase entirely the moment you realize you've drifted off track. The hours you've already lost are unrecoverable. Viewing that time as a permanent loss allows you to focus exclusively on the hours remaining. The intervention must be instant. You have to shut off the device and begin the work in that exact second. Taking unthinking physical action is the only way to stop the brain from calculating a new excuse to delay. Willpower is a finite resource. You cannot rely on it to win every 5-second battle throughout the day. You need external constraints. Strict deadlines act as guardrails, forcing a definitive end to the planning phase and a mandatory start to the work. You must also create blinders, physical and digital barriers that shield your attention from low-value inputs. By surrounding yourself with specific mentors and challenging books and ambitious environments, you reduce the number of productive choices you have to make. Your surroundings begin to dictate your output. Moving past a cycle of wasted potential comes down to 3 things: winning the 5-second window, refusing the destruction of regret, and keeping your blinders locked on the objective.